What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Is It Worth Growing episode. Now, if you guys don't know, I started this episode back a few months ago in this game when I first got this game, and the first dinosaur I ever did for this episode was the Allosaurus. And at the time, I did say the Allosaurus is worth growing, but I thought I would redo the video and do him again because at that time I didn't have any stats for him, so I didn't know anything about his stats or how he was. And we'll be discussing that in this video. So if you guys are new to the series or the channel, this is how it works. I basically discuss the things I like about the dinosaur, the things I do not like about him. And then at the end, we decide if I think he's worth your time growing or should you spend your time growing something else. So first, let's start off with the things I like about the Allosaurus. And the Allosaurus was the first dinosaur I ever grew in this game on official servers, and one thing I like about him is his speed. I feel like he has really good speed, although I wish it was a little bit faster. He is still quite fast. He has 1100 sprinting speed, which is one of the, I think, top 5 fastest speeds in the game. So he is very fast, especially when he's a juvie or an adolescent growing up. You can escape a lot of situations as well. The Allosaurus has 700 health with 4000 combat weight, which is actually not that bad. I do love the vocal selection that he does have, and I definitely love the third call you can do. When I first got the game, that was my favorite thing to do when I was decided to go hunting or really about to fight somebody. I would give them that warning call, and it was just really fun to do because they'll do it back and it'll feel like more immersive and realism in my opinion. I love the design of the Allosaurus. I love the way he looks, and I love how good he is in packs. So obviously in this game, the Allosaurus is really only useful when you're in packs. If you play solo, yes, you can still do good, but he is still very squishy, where he's still going to be able to get killed very easily, and that's the only bad thing about him. And if you guys want to utilize his speed, make sure you do the speed build, in my opinion. You could do balanced or speed. I wouldn't recommend defense. I wouldn't recommend doing anything that would make him slower. I feel like you should make him as fast as you can be, because his speed is what really gives him advantage over a lot of other dinos. He also has some decent skin designs or skin color variations that you can do. So you can always play around with that. He's one of my favorites when it comes to the skin colors or skin patterns that he has. Except for the albino one. I do not like the albino one at all. Now let's discuss the things I do not like about the Allosaurus. And there's quite a few things that I do not like about him. One thing is his moveset. He has a very basic moveset. He just has a bite and he has a claw attack. Now the bite does do 60 damage, which is actually a lot for a bite attack, where the average bite attack in this game is in between 30 to 50 damage. He has 60 damage bite, which is really good. And then he has a clawing attack that does 30 damage with 0.75 bleed. Well, other than that, that's all he has. He doesn't have really any other abilities. He doesn't have any voice calls that can increase his damage or anything like that. I feel like one thing they can do to buff him would be to give him a voice call for group buffs. So when you're a pack of Allosauruses, you should be able to have a roar that can give you like an extra damage attack. I don't know, something like a Tyrant Roar similar to that, but make one for the Allosaurus. I feel like that could be a lot better. Also, he has the 5th worst health recovery rate out of all the carnivores, which means his health takes quite a bit to actually recover and come back. And I noticed that too when I played with him on official servers. When you get injured, it takes a while for my health to regen. And that's because he has one of the worst health regen rates in the game. He also has the 4th worst stamina recovery rate in the carnivore category as well. So when your stamina drains, it does take a bit to recover. And I know this from experience when I do PvP situations, it does take a while. We have to fully lay down. And even though we're fully laid down right now, you can see it still takes a while to get back up. So with a bad health recovery rate and a bad stamina recovery rate, that can really be a recipe for disaster and leaving you very vulnerable in PvP situations, because you can see we're laying down for possibly 10 to 15 seconds now and our stamina is just 75% way, and that's a lot of time, especially if we need to recoup stamina within battle. So you just have to be wary of that as well. The Allo also has one of the worst falling damage stats in the game, which means that he's more likely to die when you jump off from high areas. As far as like little cliffs or mountains, he does take a lot of fall damage compared to others. But obviously that's expected due to his size and how more realistic or kind of realistic they are with the fall damage in this game. Because sometimes it's unrealistic, but I can see why they did with the fall damage, because some of these dinos, you know, they weigh tons and they're bound to take damage if they jump off a cliff. But the question for this video is he worth growing, or do I think he's worth your time growing? I would say, even with all his flaws, I would just say yes. I just think he's fun for roaming. He's fun for packs. Solo, not that fun. Maybe, all right, if you're planning on growing this solo and just being a solo player, I do not recommend the Allosaurus. But if you're going to play with groups or friends or packs, then I would recommend him. In packs, they're a lot better, but solo, they're just not that good. hopefully this helped you guys out in some sort of way. Hit that thumbs up, and make sure you guys comment below anything I missed about the Allosaurus that you like or dislike. And let me know what dinosaur you guys want me to do next. Make sure you subscribe for more Path of Titans content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.